Right, apologies for, what was I going to say? Apologies for, well, first of all, I need to sort out the audio. And apologies for the song that went on repeated. I'd forgotten I kept the repeat on because I had it on for Myth the Fallen Lords. Give me a second, let me just sort the sound out. Again. $36, not good. So if I push this up to 70, 75, sounds okay. 70, 75. Yeah, alright, that's fine. Right, so that's up, and I can see the peaky stuff starting. The other thing is, icons is not correct. On Amiga Monday, there we go, right. So, Amiga format CD14, where are we? It's been a while, probably been a couple of weeks actually, because I think I had to stop the other week, because I was busy. Right, where were we? Were we on MISC? Yeah, I think we're on this one now. Because I don't think... So QT was the QuickTime. Just double check, SVUNG will be another viewer for images. Superview, yep, seen that one before. Video easel, I think we did see this, and it's kind of like titling for videos. I wasn't quite sure because it felt a bit like Deluxe Paint. Wildfire was... the best animation image processor. Says it's not another brand new image processing program, it's a professional animation processor with some really new concepts. It allows you, for example, the creation and processing of animations in several formats, the generation of time-dependent special effects, and design of large projects containing several animations and frame-synced sound effects. Because the common animation formats on the Amiga have too many lacks or restrictions, we tried to create a better one, Yaffa. This animation format, for example, features many compression methods and real-time zooming. One of the outstanding features of Wildfire is the fact that it makes for you no difference if you apply the changes to a whole animation or if you process only one image. A single image is only a very special case of an animation. In contrary to common image processors, you can use envelopes instead of plain numbers as effect parameters, This makes the easy creation of time-dependent special effects possible, so you haven't to fight against the do loops in ARX script to get an animation outside your image processor anymore. All the numerous effects can be arranged in any number and combination because of the output of these effects can be one of the 8 temporary buffers, while Fire allows you to program images in a comfortable way. So it inputs the for Anim 578 MPEG in image sequences and exports everything out apart from MPEG. It's got real 3D effects apparently. Hardware L2 or higher, AGA chipset, 2 MB fast RAM. Recommended fast RAM and a hard disk. 3.9 is 3.0 or better for Amiga OS. And I think this needs a sign in because it's not opening. Okay, Xanim, another X based or X11 based Linux probably or Unix port. So Unix program can show almost every animation's format. Yeah, essentially that's it. Still quite impressed that a lot of Unix stuff has been brought over. Zing Play. Pretty sure this is Unix based. Zing style MPEG player, yeah, because when I was installing Slackware the other day, Zing still appears to be there. Pretty sure this is Linux based or Unix based. That's that. And Zoomer. Oh, is this? This program will display outlines of simple closed polygons in DR2D file using a window and used to scroll around and zoom in. Yeah, we're seeing this. I think I saw this last time. That's fine. Right, so that's the graphics done. Let's go into MISC. A guide hot help to hot help. Oh yeah. AG2HH is a tool to convert standard Amiga guide formats to Maxon's hot help format. It does not only create simple header files like Maxon's easy hot help does, instead it really converts the whole text. This gives you the ability to edit the final output and some special hot help features, e.g. graphics or something. It's very fast. On my machine, which is a 12000 030 50 MHz, it converts the Gold Editor 451 manual at 351 kilobytes. Yeah, I think it's 351 kilobytes in 12.9 seconds, which is an overall speed of 539 lines a second or 27,233 bytes a second. Note that you will also need the hot help comp compiler. This will not be provided within the archive. I don't know what hot help is. I'm assuming it was something similar to Amiga Guide, but better maybe, or more proprietary or something. Even more. I'm sick of the ugly looking non-proportional text viewers, so I decided to write my own viewer that would be font sensitive and blend in with all your other nice patches so as not to spoil the look and feel of your workbench. Main features: half a scroller window allows easier moving about for documents. App window, app icon, and app menu makes loading files easy. Totally font sensitive, and you can select which fonts to view text in. Tool types and preference files for customizing. Can open the window on any public screen and move between them. Primitive string finding functions uses rect tools. and this was made by someone in Bangor. We've got font cache. Font cache is a patch applied to the disk font library. It patches the avail font function, resulting in a very quick font request to initialization. The patch library keeps a complete database of available fonts in a file on disk and reads it instead of parsing the fonts directory tree, thus opening a font requester is much faster depending on the number of fonts you keep. This is no additional RAM cache as one supplied by the ASL or Ructils library. Cache is kept on disk. That's pretty good. A nice way of doing that. Amos. After years of using my Commodore 64 and my Amiga to learn all about the assembler language, I dreamt of a program which had it all. Now, after a development period of 3 years, you have the first steps of this dream in your hands. Amos. Amiga Integrated System is a program capable of editing multiple formats with the power of unique, easy-to-use graphical user interface using normal intuition functions. List of the most important features: WYSIWYG handling of Amiga guide, ANSI ASCII, C and HTML documents, a special code bar beneath the WYSIWYG environment allowing normal ASCII editing. The code bar is height adjustable. What else we got? Some interesting. Several ways of word wrapping. Macro recording playing. Bookmark support. Fast search and replace. And localization for Dutch, German and Italian. And crunch spots. That's, I think that's a particular zipping protocol thing. Minimum requirements: 020 or the UAE, so that's the Universal Amiga Emulator, I think that is. 020 compatible emulator, Workbench with Kickstart 3. So that's interesting to see that in there. Okay, can we run it? No, I have to install it, which I'm not going to do. Old hacks. What is this? Old Hacks, the Ultimate 80s collection. Small collection of old programs. What you won't find, anything absolutely crunch. I don't like any absolute programs in this pack at all. Packed programs, I decrunch every file except Titan Crunch, 22K to 100K. Hundreds of old soundtracker rippers. Hundreds of programs doing the same thing, see above. Virus checkers killers, which are so old they are more dangerous to have than the virus. Viruses, I virus checked them all with Virus Checker 7.1b. Documentation, apart from my readmes in each directory. System files from Commodore. Pointless programs, like one that just prints some pointless text about another pack. You know, the disk I found an installer for a utility that wasn't there. Seriously out of date things. What you will find here, almost exactly one FFS disk of files. A lot of old files dated 1st of April 97. The old leaders of the pack. Some real gems that are really useful and still work today. some programs that would be cool if only they would work without degrading a lot of silly packing programs. The thing is set out like an Aminet, only one directory deep. Each directory is a readme file. Alright, let's see what we've got here then. We've got boot. Boot. This allows you to put an executable file into the tracks of a disk and it writes onto the boot block to make it load and run it, sort of like a really big boot block program. Boot Dirty allows you to put an executable file into the tracks of a disk and it writes it into the boot block to make it load and run it, sort of like a really big, same as that again. This is the non-GUI version of Boot. Guru Maker. Boot message writer that uses a display alert to print the text. Just says GUI. Intro Maker 2. This generates a scroll text displaying executable and stores the startup sequence of your disk inside this. You can crunch this file and get a protected startup GUI. Jump Type prints a text file to the CLI but moves the screen down then back up again to display it. This was a favourite program for Util Disk and Magazine discs a few years ago. And I'm just going to get rid of this. There we go. You insert disk pick for Workbench 1.3 users only. Replaces the insert disk hand on reboot with an if of your choice. What a cool hack. Actually, that's quite nice. So I think I've said before, my Windows 97 machine down here, sorry, Windows 95 machine down here did originally have a change to the start. So basically Windows 95 has that window, you know, the sky thing with Microsoft Windows. You could change that. You could also change the bit where it said you can shut your computer off now. So I had the Life of Brian on there. I still need to put it back on. I think I've backed everything up, so hopefully I should be able to do that. So this here is the equivalent for 1.3. Telstar menu, decent menu launch system, and it's GUI. So that's the boot section. Dev. Seco is a very old assembler nobody in their right mind uses nowadays. Bin2 source converts a binary WAR file into Seco source code. BitLab 1.1 strange program to calculate blitter values. COSAC interactive CLI command generates a cosine table of your choice in raw or source form. Xelink generates an executable file from Seeker output. Seeker source rescue. If you crash the machine before saving your Seeker source, this will get it back. Uppercase converter converts source file to uppercase for Seeker. So yeah, I've noticed there are certain assembler programs have specific requirements. So the one at the bottom, that the uppercase converter, I do remember one of the assembler programs I'd used, and I can't remember which one it was. I think it might have been Z80. I could be wrong. Would not compile unless it was uppercase, as you've seen here, or I think you had to have a certain number of spaces to act as a was it that, or was it no spaces? It might have been no. It might have been because I like to white space my even assembler code, and I think this particular one did not like the white spacing, so I had to take that off. So yeah, some of them can be very particular. Graphics, what we got? A purple copper bar moves up and down the screen until you press the mouse button. I don't know why you'd need that. Chaos. This is a demo of a fractal package. It draws some nice fractals. Color scope. Color cycling. More line thingy. It has a normal menu. DK. Snooze on your workbench. Icon master. A good full color icon editor like Iconian. If convert. This beauty can be read in raw files and save as if, and vice versa. Also does things like read Neo-Chrome files, save copy lists, etc. Requires the if library, which is on Aminet. Light off, puts the lights out on the workbench screen. Puts them on again. Mouse back, puts the mouse pointer behind the text on workbench. Rasters. Another thing like bar, but there are lots of bars now. Shape ed, some strange kind of map editor, may work somehow. Stars, zooming into a star field on your workbench. I'm gonna have to try that. Stripes, use a definable copper bar on your workbench. Right, okay, let's have a look at the stars one. Not enough memory. Fine. Money. Copper monitor disassembles the copper list for workbench screen, also any other address. Exterminator, a monitor shell like Mon, but not as many features. Fastmon seems to be a disassembler but uses hardware screen, so it's crap. Vector check 1.0, there's contents of processor, track vectors, auto vectors, not a virus checker. Ripping utils. Hunter, is a program coded in C which plays bits of memory as a sample, and you can save them to disk as raw or if. Joy grab, cute blit plane ripper, not very useful but nice to look at, needs joystick. Mempeak, another memory peeker, this one uses a mouse and a few keys. Sonic's peak, shows a lot of info about the Aegis Sonic score. I suppose you'd have to kind of have a game running through. I'm tempted by a couple of these. Let's try grab. Failed return code. Okay, so that's what happens. Yeah, cool. You can get out of it. Excellent. Always good when that happens. General utilities. A copier, con window-based disk copier. Address coder 1.1, a very dangerous thing for encryption. Alloc apps, useful util to allocate important memory before anything starts to use it. I use it for disassembling absolute demos. That's interesting. Blanker 2, bog standard black screen blanker, variable time for inactivity. Chunk, clips debug hunks from executables, making them smaller. Honk con converts executables to force them to use chip or normal memory. Mirror hack, a strange thing that seems to read raw disk tracks and edit memory. No ripper, protects old modules to stop old rippers ripping it. I said old mods before you get too excited. Pop de 1.4, mini window appears on your workbench. Click on this to get a small directory viewer. Pretty safe to run. Turbo disk speeds up Workbench 1.3 disk routines with less safe version. Peck. So these are all the packers, I believe. Excuse me. These are all packers. Make sure you keep a backup. Most but not all designed to pack absolute code files. Very few support relocations. Even less crunch things with greater than one hunk. It's here that I wanted to point something out. Since version 1 of the Amiga operating system, the DOS loader has supported in its file loading routine load seg the possibility of relokes. What does this mean? It means that if you write this kind of instruction in assembler, move long my label into, I think, the address of 50. And is that return? And that'll be the declaration for my label. That the assembler has to write relocation for that instruction. This goes into the separate hunk, usually relocate 32, but could be reloc 16 or reloc 8 if needed. This reloc hunk, which you can have many of, goes something like this, for example. Hunk 0 offset, right to, is that the relocation 8? Possibly. Oh, I see. So isn't that 428? It's this one. Right. So what this is showing all the, I think the locations. So this here matches up to this here, which is that my label thing. The loader has created an absolute address for the instruction. That's the absolute address there. This means you can use absolute address commands and expect the computer to relocate them where they're reloaded into memory. However, the problem is this: the Seeker assembler was, or still is, complete shit. It could not be bothered to support the hunk format and said this: either you code for a single hunk, entirely PC relative, or you'll let Seeker save a binary image. This binary image contains correct calculated addresses, but you must load it at the right address or it won't work. Because of this, for years we got absolute address demos, a plague from the days of the C64. These demos, if written in any other assembler except Seeker, would have not needed the absolute addresses. Meanwhile, at exactly the same time, the C compilers were not able to generate binary code direct from their sources. They generated assembly language files, which were then passed to an assembler. Which assembler? AS, Cape, DevPack, Adapt. All supported relocks. People with sense-bought or pirated DevPack, the choice assembler for assembler coders. However, the idiocy of swappers hyped Seeker, making it sound cool when it was complete shite, really. Now, here's the part where I embarrass some shitheads. Quotes ripped from the code of Mega Cruncher. All coding and pure assembler by Hans Bergstedt, I think that is. Not very pure assembler, is it? This is a tool for all assembler programs. Wrong, it's a tool for all Seeker coders. You can crunch either object files or absolute address files. Wrong, you can crunch Seeker's object output or absolute output. For best results, use Seeker and no link or include files. Excuse me, no include files. You complete. Sorry, just the language in this. Do you enjoy typing out all the custom register names for each source you write, or do you prefer to write them as address instead, which you then gets mistaken and never find the bug? Keep seeing there's a cat around here somewhere. The object loader cannot handle too many of strange hunk codes. There is nothing strange about it. Hey! What are you doing? Sorry, my cat's being stupid. Whereas the object loader cannot handle too many or strange hunk codes. There is nothing strange about data and BSS hunks. Yeah, so if I remember right, that is it a segment section? Because you can see that in x86, there's the code, there's the data, and there's the BSS. So it's interesting that even BSS shows up on Amiga stuff. That's why this country is not compatible with most C programs and Pascal programs. No, that's why the country is not compatible with anything but Seca code. From the start of the absolute coded file, hello crackers, what you're looking for, it is illegal to crack or change others' work, make your own routines. Right then, 1, I'm not a cracker, I'm just trying to get your stupid cruncher to work. 2, crunching a file hides nothing. Have you ever heard of Monam? 3, I'm looking for fairies, care to join me? 4, it's not illegal to crack anything unless you specifically deny it, which you didn't. 5, I do make my own routines, mainly because your one's a complete shit. Here's a little excerpt of Crapness, the keyboard decode routine. And there's some stuff there. This shit is repeated for every key on the keyboard. I don't know, but had you perhaps ever considered something like, whatever that is? This will be, so basically going through the entire keys in a quicker way. I mean, it's several hundred times faster to type, and it's probably 100 times faster executing too. Anyway, enough of this rubbish. The Cruncher Titan Pack is the opposite of Mega Cruncher. It's absolutely stunning. It came in a few years after Mega Cruncher, and because it is coded so well, it's still in a heavy demand today. It crunches any kind of executable file into an overlaid file, which will unpack into memory as it loads from disk. It runs on an Intuition screen and does nothing naughty at all. I let this to be a testament to you coders that don't make bad utils. And that's it, just all those crunches. Last one, text. Char-Ed, an 8x8 font editor, doesn't use normal fonts. QView, like more but smaller. SetKey, the only good key map editor still used today. Show Font, a decent viewer of your bitmap fonts. I like it more than some recent font viewer. I think this one is safe to run on all Amigas. Text Finder at 0.4 hunts through memory for a scroll tip. Hunts through memory for a scroll text rip or your lost essay after a crash. Text Maker makes the text file into an executable. Excuse me. So some nice programs in there. Sort. Sorts ASCII files fast. Many different features. The basic function of sort is to sort ASCII files in alphabetical order, but its functions are not restricted to sorting. I've implemented many options which allow to manipulate files in different ways. The sort program is started from shell. So we've got registered and unregistered versions. Feel free to pause this later and have a look. I'm going to go through all of it. Amway Ord. Database for Amway distributors. Designed to keep track of my Amway customers' orders and stock. Created with CANDO 3.8 on an accelerated Amiga 1200 with 18 megs of RAM. Let's have a look. If it loads. Should do, because I do have can do. Unless the can do library is not recent. Which it might not be. Alright, fair enough. Searcher. Yeah, another file founder. Search is a tool for file finding with 4 ways. Searching by name, size, comment, protection bits. Simple file manager, delete, rename, copy, change, comment. Font sensitive. Requires uses rec tools. Tool types as configuration, easy to use. 100% C, 100% pure. File converter. Easy to use program that allows you to take plain ASCII text files produced on your Amiga and change them into a format suitable for use on PC and Apple Macintosh computers. Installation is quick. In fact, if you have RecTools library installed in your system, you can simply double click on the file conv to see it at work. No installation is necessary. Note that you need to use Workbench 2 or greater. 1.3 users can use the file conv from Kali. Right, okay. Let's have a look at it. Quite simple, really. Alright. Data types library. Project replaces the old data types library version 40.6 from CBM. Okay. Nothing much more interesting than that. Script-based launching tool. Highly configurable launching tool for almost any purpose, but it's not yet another program like Tools Daemon or Launching Pad. Selector serves as a complement to these type of programs. It's more like a script language. Selector is a powerful tool to use within shell scripts or to make a little GUI for your CLI type program. I have, for example, made a GUI for GM Play using Selector. Really easy to produce a button panel, info window, or a little requester with the Selector. Needs AmiDOS 2.0, hard disk is strongly recommended. Some of the included examples needed Amiga OS 3. We've seen this before? Oh, this is a guide, sorry. Oh, okay. Thought it was GUI for a second. And just double check something. Oh, I see. So this is what the okay, I get it. And you got button. So the first bit is what you want it to be, and then the rest of it is it's quite simple. Okay, that's quite nice. I have to have a look at that at some point. Search and list X files in Amiga guide. It's freeware. What are we on? 49, okay. There we go. List extension type files in Amiga guide format uses DOS script and ASC env for the GUI. Very configurable. Each file found is listed in the Amiga guide as a button to click on. This will automatically load it into the default tool or batch file you specified. Okay. It's weird. I suppose it means you can get all your guides together in one place. Or your documents or something like that. Macintosh Style Extensions Manager version 1.1. Needs to go in a C directory. That's all it says. Apart from PS I love Amiga. And Amiga rules forever. Okay. I'm sure I put this as a... There we go. So I've missed this one. Ami Broker. Weekly and monthly charts generated from daily data. Support for non-integer amounts and shares in portfolio. Is this a kind of a investments type program? Money flow index, negative volume. Requires a specific font. It's a program for analysing stock trends and portfolio management, right? Okay. Since it was written in Poland, it was designed to meet the Warsaw Stock Exchange trading requirements. I realised that WSC rules could be very different from other countries. So when you find this program useful and want to register, please describe your requirements to help you meet your needs. Does it say how much it is? So light, it's either $15 or back then it was $15, 20 Deutschmarks or £10. Full version is an extra 5 in British pounds, 15 in Deutschmarks and 10 in US. Okay, fair enough. MS we've seen, this one we've not seen. Everyday Organizer requires dev GUI MUI 38. Versatile and unique multi-program personal organizer system. Giftware, which I believe is you send them some sort of gift and they give you it to you for free, I think it is. Or you give them a gift and they give you the program. Sometimes it's usually send me a postcard. Need to install it for the libraries. Alright. Easy cron. Start programs reminders automatically. Start Lightwave Imagine renderings without being present. Get your email and newsgroup readings automatically. Backup or defrag your hard drive without being around. Complete automated control over your entire system. Include scripts to auto get your email from Amiga TCP and Thor, Miami and YAM, a talking clock and a render script for Lightwave. Not bad. Means that for those people that were waiting hours to render, you could just kind of leave your machine on and have this run it for when you got back. Or if you went to school, because people left it running when they went to school as well, I think. FBase. Simple, you need to use database. You can easily create your own customized database with the graphical interface. Up to 30 fields, up to 999 records. There we go. Me trying to figure out what that is. Fully multitasking, system compliant, very compatible. Copy paste between records. View records or tables. Can associate picture and sound of each record. The very first multimedia database possibly. Asynchronous multitasking. Fully configurable with font, screen mode, options and language. File comp. Compares two files. Actually, that would probably be useful for any updates you've done and you forgot what it was. See if it'll run. Okay. I thought it was going to be text editors with the two. Actually, it might be. Let me compare this one. Oh, okay. Or, unless it'll tell me the same length. Okay. I thought it would just be like I said, two text files, but apparently not. Or if it is, I couldn't see it. File it. Intuition controlled file manager. That's what it says in here. You can use Filer for copying, deleting and renaming files or creating directories. You can create lists and extract archives with it, or use it as a universal viewing tool. Filer is even able to control your whole system as a replacement for Workbench. And I think the thing is with this is people would have been using Opus Directory for that instead, because I've seen people completely change in some ways or at least have this kind of running most of what Workbench does. Font catch, I think we've seen. Someday I'll look for a command on Aminet which could sort the index file, because I build a file with a comment for all the files I downloaded from Aminet. All I could find were clones of Amiga sort commands, some faster, some shorter, but I needed some sort command which would do this. I want to sort lines by ranges like Unix sort. My sort command could have the following options: call start X, call end X, case S, reverse S. I'm not quite sure. Oh, I see. So it's just basically a file with these written inside it, and he's getting it to sort it so it's the other way around. I think that's what he's doing. Okay. Well, we are on 5 minutes. The ad's gonna start. Guru Statics. Guru Statistics 1.0 is an AREX program and is freeware. Uses the MCP Guru history file. It is to analyze the Guru history for the following things: when was the first Guru, how many Gurus have been produced, what causes of Guru and how often, the task that produces errors and how often, the days of registered Gurus and how often these days. Because it's an AREX program, it can take a long time for analysing the Guru history file. For example, if you have 200k Guru history, it's going to be over 6 minutes to analyse this file with an 030. Can I run it? It's going to take ages. Didn't seem to like that. Icon view. Viewing icons by command from shell. Liga 3, and that's Amos. Database for soccer matches. Screen font must be 8 pixels high. Amos Pro 2.0, there you go. Excuse me. Teams, players, calendars, standards, latest. Okay, so crash. Old hacks we've seen. Pretium. Personal finances software. It's a quality personal finances software package designed for the Amiga. Simple to use as writing a new checkbook, but advanced enough to take advantage of the power of the Amiga. Why should you use it? It's essentially a computerized checkbook. So in the same way you enter transactions in your paper checkbook register, you can record them with your computer. You get several very important benefits from computerizing the finances, including your computer calculates your account balances so that as long as you enter the correct numbers, your account balance is correct. You can use categories to classify your finances and monitor exactly how much of your money is going where. With a couple of mouse clicks, you can bring up a report detailing or summarizing your finances. Reconciling your checkbook is as easy as double-clicking transactions to mark a transaction as cleared. Only using a paper register means that if a register is lost or stolen, your financial transaction records are gone forever. But with computerized records, you can make backups and print multiple copies. Okay. So that's that. PS Calc. Scientific calculator commodity. Very easy to use calculator and supports several features like basis, conversions, plotting functions, defining user functions, integrating derivative. I've probably said that wrong. Resolving. It's also possible to define and save variables and functions with the environment and to configure memory aspects. Okay. See if I can run it. No, it's probably going to be installed, isn't it? Wait, hang on. Hang on. There we go. 1 minute for ads. Please run it from Workbench. You're already running from Workbench. No, I'm not installing. Alright, fair enough. We're about to hit an ad soon, so I'm just gonna take a bit of a break. I will be back in not long after the ad finishes, so see you in a moment.
No sense. Hot spots everywhere. And why Southwest Sector 9?
Come for the sunshine, but stay for the people.
What the hell is this? It's not possible. Punch up the mainstream.
If I am cut, do I not bleed? It would be a sad error in judgment, General Solomon, to mistake me for a corpse.
My judgment is sound, Kane. And I'm not afraid of ghosts or you.
Perhaps you should be. I've seen the future. Our Tiberian future. And as you watch this battle just beginning to unfold, I've already seen the final act. It is my destiny to lead the way for all mankind.
Mankind has forgotten you, Kane.
Signal, sir. He's in the southwest.
Get me McNeil.
General Solomon on secure channel 4.
Good to see you again, Mac. I wish it were under better circumstances.
It's a light show, all right.
It's more than that. It's Kane.
Sir?
We lost contact with Phoenix at 0800 Zulu. I'm not losing that base, Mac. I'll give you a squad of our best jump troopers to clear the way for your arrival. Good luck, Commander. back there, take out the SAM sites, then destroy the Nod base. Nice job, McNeil. Nod is on the run.
You take the staging base out first. It'll be a hell of a lot easier to get to the crash site.
Taking out the dam and the power plants first will neutralize enemy air defenses.
If we get the train before it gets to the Nod base, we might have a chance of getting them back. We can't let Kane get his hands on those pistols tonight.
In the name of Cain! In the name of Cain! In the name of Cain! Cain lives!
Well, that was interesting. Not seen that before. I do have Tiberian Sun and Red Alert, but usually I think... Who is it that usually turns up on Command and Conquer? Isn't it Tim Curry? I think he usually is known for being in there. So, James Earl Jones. And then the surprise one for me was seeing Michael Biehn, the guy that played... Kyle Reese in Terminator, so I was not expecting to see him there. But then again, he is known for, or seemingly seems to be known for, playing a lot of military type people, because I'm pretty sure he was in Navy SEALs with Charlie Sheen. He was also in The Abyss, and as one of the military people that go on there. Yeah, so it's not overly, I suppose it's not overly unusual him being as a kind of military person, but like I said, I just wasn't expecting him to be on Command and Conquer. Anyway, next thing, reminder. We've got another 20 minutes of this and then we can do some demo scene. Remind you about whenever you want. This is a program that is extraordinary if you always forget about things when you sit with your computer. That's about it, really. Excuse me. Rename to you. No pain rename. No Pain Rename 2 is designed to allow you to rename a large number of files very easily. This is extremely useful for animators who want to manipulate image sequences. That sounds like, yeah, that's pretty good, because you don't have to keep doing the same thing over and over again for each file. Okay. Search with scene, select with scene, SIP. .5 is a simple, quick and reliable system monitor for OS 2.04. users, which includes a very intuitive GUI. Postcardware, so this is what I was saying about you sending somebody a postcard and you can get the program registered, if I remember rightly. Should tell me all the libraries I've got. Yeah. Devices. Memory. Ports. All the assigns I've got. Some of these are going to be removed anyway, like Liga, because that'll be put in via the so when I put the CD in, you usually put the CD go to the readme first bit, and that's to get all the assigns through that get put through. Candu is stuff that I've put in. Deluxe Paint 4 is one I've put in. I don't know if that's mine or not. Rest of it's mine. Vectors, interrupts, hardware. Display chip is the Lisa. Got Alice. Tell the frequency as well. Fair enough. Quit. It's a nice little program. So we're seeing spelling. Spelling guide version 1.2. It's not a spell checker. Do not try to use it as a checker. Other utilities are available for that purpose. This is a spelling guide incorporating the following features: a powerful search function. Just type in the first 2 to 4 letters of a word and the search will find the words that will fit the string. See the search guide info for further details. Word database format. Easy to understand, already contains thousands of words in a fairly compact format. New words can be added. So this is for Amiga guides, I'm assuming. Something didn't like that. Or it's loaded in the background, maybe. Dunno. Okay. TM30. I have no idea. Something to do with movie. Nope, don't know. Dunno. And right. I'm guessing this is similar to something like Microsoft Word. Well, this is taking a while. There we go. Oh, I was expecting the... No. Where's the apostrophe? All in German. We've got A-Rex. I'm guessing Spieler speak? Spieler? Is that right? Clipboard stuff. Copy. Paste. Got docs executable stuff. Rest of it I can't read properly, to be honest. It looks fully featured there. Yeah, tally German. Alright, well, it looked interesting. Programming. We've only got a few folders in here. Amos list. Massive file. I'm assuming this is almost like somebody's taken the current BBS and dumped it all into a text file so people can read offline, maybe, because that's what it looks like a Newsnet type thing. University of Nottingham. Another Nottingham one. There we go. Anyway, that's all in there. FPU library. This archived an extension to the Blitz 2 language by Acid Software. If you're not a Blitz 2 programmer, don't bother downloading the archive. It allows you to use directly your FPU with no other libraries necessary. Library number is 35, so I'm assuming you've got to put in something like import 35 or something like that to get it working, I'm guessing. That's kind of a weird thing to say. NCC or MCC, sorry. So maybe custom class that displays text written in HTML and maybe uses replacement of text object of float text object. You may use the tool more HTML coming with this archive to display your hypertext documents. Prefer to write them in HTML instead of Amiga guide. So that's that. And we've got another MUI thing. Oh, this is general MUI. MUI list clone with horizontal scroll and more. one. And this one. MP library provides a simple way to set requests based on a text file. Yeah, I'm not going through all that. Alright. That's another two folders done. We've got virus in here, but these are all virus checkers. Don't usually go through that one. They've got music in here? Oh, there's something to players, yeah. True. Right, what are we on? 2.1.24. Let's go and do some demo scene. And I'll come back to this folder later. So I'll double check. There's not really much in CD-ROM. Graphics card. Hardware. So I could probably get this section done next week. And then we've got these two, which will be, yeah, nothing in that one. And then workbench. Then once we've done that, what's in PD select at the moment? Ooh. Cool, all the demos in this directory are taken from Gathering 97. I might not even just switch over to demo scene. That's cool. Excellent. The problem is that some of the CDs didn't have much in the way of demo scene stuff. Well, it does, and then it's like one time it didn't have anything. So let's see what we've got in here. Claim it by name. Some of these might not work. In fact, I'll tell you what I'll do. Reboot. Just in case. Right, cross your fingers. Hopefully we'll get some demo stuff out of this. Actually, let me just check that I've not assigned everything first, just in case. Try this one again. Nope. Just type the demo, maybe that's what I've got to do. Try that. think any of these are going to run. Maybe if... Oh, hang on a minute. It still says out of memory. I've got plenty of memory. Unless it means... yeah, look, I've got plenty of memory. Mind you, it probably means this part here. Right, fine, okay. I'll tell you what. Let's go with the old, dependable. So we did assembly, we've done black box. I think we did this one. I think we're looking at going to Britain next with Digital 95. Oh, great. I forgot to, give me a moment. No. Sound should be working. Unless that's all this did, which is possible. No, that's gone. This happens sometimes. Sometimes I can get into out of it, sometimes not. At least the this part is quick to do. Parties by name. It's all 95 demos. So done those. What's this one? Really not doing well this week on demo scene, am I? Try one more from that new folder, and if not, we'll just move over to Deuteros. Well, I'm glad I found the audio cable. Really gonna have to get those cables labeled so I know which one's which. Keep forgetting. Got too many that are the same. Right, let's try the last one in that folder. Hey. Well, that was a nice one. I did like the. I did change the brightness in the end because I know that it was coming in from. It's coming in from when I had to change the brightness for the PS1 game yesterday, and when I was looking at the screen on what you would see, I was finding that the little swirls weren't coming out properly, so I changed the brightness to be a bit darker so you could see that. That was quite nice actually. Try to remember that one. So that was Inferno from Yuska 3, is that? See if there's anything else near. No, just as Yuska. Right, so I think about France next time with Gast 95. I think that is, yeah, French 5 Tricolore, that side, yeah. Because this one is, I'd like to say the Netherlands, perhaps. There's other German ones like Nexus and Voyage. But we'll get to that next week anyway. Right. Again, apologies for lack of demo scene today, but can't always win them, unfortunately. So let's finish off with Deuteros. Just as Graham raids me. Geek intrusion alert. Is that the message from the raid today, is it? Oh, sorry. Yep, thank you very much there, Graham, for the raid. Oh, it's, yeah, sorry, it's because you know, these Windows updates, I noticed that the microphone is now, there's something must have broke it or something like that, because it seems to be louder at lower volumes now than it was before, so apologies if I've blown your earphones out. It wasn't my fault. Blame Windows for whatever the fix recently. Because I've always had my microphone at 100, and now that I can push it down to 70, I'm assuming something's been fixed. So yeah, right, anyway, so we're about to yeah, so anybody else, apologies, but it's not my fault. I've just, you know, like I said, I was on 100. I'll tell you what setting I'm on now, currently. And I've been on 100 for the past 3 months or so. If I go into recording, microphone levels, it's at 75 at the moment. So I don't know what's changed. If it continues being this loud, I might push it down to 50 maybe or something like that, but right, so Graham has caught me just as we're finishing off doing some demo scene. Didn't get to see much because most of the demos just didn't work. The last one we just seen was Inferno, which had almost kind of circus type music. It was very nice though. So be on the lookout for that one. We're about to hit Deuteros just now. So again, thank you for the raid and welcome everybody else coming in. Also, tomorrow, before I forget, it is Amiga April. I'm not participating because I'm going to wait until Amiga August comes in. And then after Amiga August, I get to do ST Ember, Atari ST in September, which is I'm hoping I can do. So it'll be nice kind of back to back with those two. My next event's going to be in May for Maydows. So I do Windows 3.1 games. Not there's a massive library for it, but it lets me to explore the library without having to, because I've got a 3.1 machine. Loads of people use DOS. And I just thought, well, let's have a look at the library and see what it's like. And I did find that Al Unser Jr. was quite good. It's basically... It's more like kind of Super Monaco in a way. It's the same kind of that sort of cars. But it was pretty good. Hello there, Actress Geek alert, intrusion alert was from a demo of Zone Warrior that... Oh, okay. Zone Warrior. Is that a new game or is that an old one? That'd be an old one actually, wouldn't it? Zone Warrior Amiga. 1991. Just have a look at this on Lemon Amiga. I don't think I've seen this game before. It's got 4.25 score. Someone's given it 2 out of 5 stars. And saying it's dull. And it's got an unfair design as well. Platforms that collapse after you touch them. 3 out of 5, 3 out of 5. Everyone's just saying it's a bit dull. Look kind of middling, yeah. So I'll put this in, even though you've all seen it anyway, but this is what Lemon Amiga says about it. Wasn't exactly classic, also managed to softlock myself. That's always an annoying thing, especially when you get some progress and you think, right, okay, and then can't go anymore. It's like start all over again. So yeah, let's go on with Deuteros. If you remember from 2 weeks ago, we'd managed to get one battleship ready and it's survived. So we've got the maximum of 200 ships in there, which is good. So it was this one that I used. So if I click this one, press L. Why are you on 176? Did someone try and attack you? Sure, I was on 200 at one point. Okay, these need redoing. Courier, Mercury, Earth, the Moon. Yeah, so we had to rebuild Venus. And the reason why these are showing up is because I need to build another space shuttle. And I don't think... Oh, you do have somebody in there. Alright. Shortages, of course, there's shortages. Oh, I can't. Great. I can't produce that. Because I bet it's got copper needed. Great. No copper. You're going to Earth. You go to Venus. You're going to the Moon. You're going to Mercury. You're going to the Courier, okay. I'm just trying to think what to do next. So I think I need all these. Right. Let's start stocking Venus with stuff. Oh, you need copper, of course you do. Suppose I could supply you with copper. Our break starting soon. Wait till it gets to 750 in the copper. Alright. And then Hello there, Amiga Cami. I've got none of these two. Yeah. That's what I thought. And then actually I need... Nope, can't do that. I've got no pilots. I've got no fuel. Ironically. That's a pain in the ass. And all that time is spent shifting the fuel from Earth and Venus over to everywhere else, and now Venus is the only one that doesn't have anything. Sheer irony. Actually, whilst I'm here, you're out of aluminium, which is why you can't do much, I think. Because you'll stop producing, so if I move... There we go. Oh, you can't dock with Venus because you're there. because there's no fuel. I'm just gonna have to get them to produce things. Oh, hang on a minute. The courier again. Oh, thank God. It's fine. It's not blown up. That would have been embarrassing. I have to not bother getting another one to the courier because it's too far away at the moment. Again. That's frustrating because I just got Venus up and running. I've got nothing else to research. Annoying. Also means I've lost one of my ships, because what I was going to do was get people over to do the you know what I might do? I'm going to set course to Moon. Okay, so you've got some. Okay, let's see what this does. Guys, I don't know if adding drones there already gives, because I was going to say it's going to have some sort of effect, but it's usually to make. No, it doesn't make sense. Why would you put stuff back onto from the drone unless it does make an effect somehow? It must do. And this can't come back now because there's nothing there. Get another raid. Moon's under attack. Give me a second. Oh, there, man, shovel. Just give me a moment. Being attacked. Wait, what? I have no idea what happened there. That's fine, we can reload. So, thank you everyone for popping in from Zypho's stream. In fact, let's see what Nagra's doing. Graham, you were on Amiga Action. Forgot to check that out. And Zypho was doing Commodore Amiga. Trapped in a Tomb. New Amiga game. Rolling on the ropes for the Amiga. Not heard of that one. Moon's under attack, gotta take care of business first. Yeah, I know, and I've just fucked it up, so I'm gonna have to reload. It's taken ages to get to this point. So this is where we were last time. So if everybody's popping in, this is Deuteros, which is the sequel to Millennium. We've already done Millennium, we've finished this one, that one. This one's taken a bit longer just because there's a lot more to it. And unlike the first one where you had like a mini game for attacking other ships, this one is more like kind of numbers versus numbers game. Luckily I've got it to the point where originally this machine here, let's have a look where I'm up to and the moon. So if I go back to Earth for a second. I can just pull 200 max drones and that's pretty much ready to go. Trapped in emulation resolution hell. Maybe my screen says that, but you know, I'm not very good at the screen, you know, that side. Yeah, Millennium 2.2 was fun. This is just a lot more in depth. Or seemingly so anyway. I do like the fact that it starts off from the ending of 2.2. Because I think it's like 1,000 years on. And then it's based on when you, in Millennium, when you go and put your people on different planets, they kind of mutate into different species, as it were. So this is kind of following on from that. Okay. I see. I mean, I can put NTSC on this because I've got this is now going through the VGA, and I can now get I think double lines with no flickering, which is great now. And I think I can get NTSC on this now. Not there's any point, but you know. You don't have a manual, no problem, because I had to look for one. Just try and find the one I looked at. I think it was this one. There you go. That's what I based it on. Right, what am I doing? Venus needs to be repowered again. It's going to get attacked very soon, I think. First of all, let's get some Marines trained. That should push me up to, okay, 40, 40, 40. No, that's what I wanted. Yep, there you go. Oh, I can only do one person at exam course. Silly me. Shit. Trying to remember how you do all this. No. No. That's how you do it. This one. This one. Nope. That one. There you go. Okay, cool. So. Let me switch this back. And then we say, go back to what you were doing before. That's that. Did I put pilots on there, or did I put... Yeah, because I need the pilots for the shuttle, I think. Again. There we go. Right, so if I take this lot to... You can be new pilots here. Set course to Venus. Oh, no fuel. That would make sense. I had shortages, that was right. Which means I now gotta... I can't make anything here. Back to Earth again. Give me a moment, I'm just trying to remember what I'm doing. You don't have an ACC. Right, now we've got one. So, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one you're going to take to Venus. I think I've got the right way around. No. Transit to Venus. Docking, launching. That's right. Okay. Right, apologies, we're trying to get everything sorted. I was the same with Millennium, but I slowly sussed it out, then I booted this up and it was more complex. I tried for a bit and got distracted with other games. Yeah, I've plowed through this, and then at one point when I couldn't work out the fighting system, I ended up starting to play Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings ended up being too rigid, and I came back to this and finally worked out the battle system, so now I'm kind of determined to try and finish this. I don't think the Amiga had much in the way of mech games. That would be nice to see more of. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's kind of true. How do I mean mech games? So kind of MechWarrior style ones. But something more akin to MechWarrior rather than, say, Mech Commander. Because we've seen things like, well, I suppose, I don't know. I don't think we've had, the Amiga's got much in the way of Mech Commander style games, but I don't think they've got much in the way of Mech Warrior games. Or that sort of style. I mean, they've got that sort of ship being in the cockpit thing, but I don't think they've got much in the way of same idea, but with a mech. They do have BattleTech. I think it does have the Crescent Hawk's Inception, but it doesn't have the sequel. I can't think of any other. I mean, the only other version of a mech type game is the mech. Is it BattleTech on the Genesis that was kind of Desert Strike but with a mech instead? But that's a bit different, I suppose. And we've already got Desert Strike. We've got Jungle Strike and Desert Strike on the Amiga. I think that was it. I don't think. Or did we only get Jungle? No, we got Jungle and Desert Strike. We just didn't get the next one, which was Urban, I think it was the next one. Oops, didn't want to do that. Right. You're out. Out of that. So now, oh wait a minute. I was going to say we could go up and down, but we probably can't at the moment. Because I can't make one of these because this lot are not good enough. I'm just building up 8 of these. We've got engineer status. Still isn't good enough to make one of those. And the thing I'm looking at is basically the auto computer. Like mech suit fighting games, yeah, a bit like, well, just basically anything MechWarrior. So, hang on, let me just, if you're not sure what I mean by MechWarrior games, so MechWarrior would be, so you're inside the cockpit and you can shoot other, so it's kind of like an action game where you can shoot other mechs. It's kind of like first person, but within the cockpit. And then you got the strategic ones where you're not in the cockpit, you can see outside, so Mech Commander. So for example, this game here, Mech Commander, where you can see on the outside. And I did do this recently, so I don't know if you can see that well enough. That's what I meant. Because if you meant something like Metal Masters, that's really more of a one-on-one style thing. That's not quite what I'm thinking. I'm just trying to think of, I suppose like Epic. Epic is, it's not mech, but you're kind of in that first person kind of mode of you're in a ship. But imagine that, but in a mech instead. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, I know what else I'm gonna need. That one. Oh, I can't build it. For fuck's sake. Right, maybe what I can do. So I'm going to switch one of these out. And I'm going to go back to Venus. I'm hoping this is going to work. So if I dock with Venus, and then I say to it, I don't want this, I'm hoping, yes. Get my derricks. Drop them here. So they can start doing something there. Then I need to I've always wanted to see Earth Siege appear on GOG or something. That was a pretty cool PC mech style game, loved that back in the day. So the people that did that was Dynamix, and I think they did the first MechWarrior game, and I believe they were due to do the second one, and then I think Activision took over with the second one, second MechWarrior game. So I think in the end Dynamix did Earth Siege, and if I did do that on, I think not last year's but the year before for December, and I couldn't complete it. It was very tough. I'm gonna have to come back to it at some point, but it was quite difficult to do. There were some missions that I had to redo over and over again because it was just that sort of pain in the arse. but I managed to... no, I didn't manage to do anything with it. I think I managed to get to a certain part and that was it. In fact, this is where this comes from. If I can find the video.
That mission was a total disaster. Whose side are you on?
That was the one that I got it from there. So that's why that's there. And I got a load of mission failures where that came up. So that was quite funny. The courier's under attack again. So this is what happens. You just allow them to shoot each other. You just gotta be the team with the biggest force is basically it. Right, land and get out again. And we're fine. Yeah, I've got Earth Siege 1. I think I've got Earth Siege 2 as well. The only thing that I didn't get was... There's another one. Wasn't there like a freeware like Mercenaries or something like that? Yeah, I think it was a freeware originally. So when the first two games came out, obviously they weren't freeware, but there was another one that came out. I can't remember the name of it, but it was supposed to be like a freeware add-on. And I can't remember what it was called. So I just need to think about this for a second. So the courier's gone, which is what happened last time. These lights here mean that this station is producing something. Zero Derricks deployed. Oh, do I need an R frame? Is that why? That could be why. Alright, I'll tell you what I mean by that in a minute. So when you come to make stuff, this here, this is the what's called the orbital factory or OF frame, you need about 7 or 8 of those to make one. And then sometimes you need the R frame, which is down here. Resource station, you only need one of those, and that's so that you can actually get resources from the planet. So let me just go and make one of those. I just moved, you bloody pain in the arse. Oh, it's Venus, what a surprise. I know what's gonna happen. Son of a bitch. In 2015, a sequel released as freeware. Yep. It's not. It appears to be DOS-boxed. Alright, because when I played it, I've got an actual DOS machine, so I was fine. I think, remember rightly, Siege 2 is Windows only. Annoying. I just got the R frame. This game really knows how to give you the middle finger. I'm gonna have to make some more orbital frames again. One, 2, 3, 4. Moon is under attack now. Wait, what the fuck? What happened there? So I basically told it to go to the moon, and the next thing I know it was docked? And I couldn't get it out? I don't know what's going on there. I'll have to load this again. So that's that done. You need to produce me an R frame. Actually, you need to go back there. You need to go R frame here. R frame here. You're there. You got shortages, that was right. No supply pod. Why have you got tool mounting? Because you were the last person that went and did the... Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, I get it. So you need to... No, you can't do anything. Problem is with this game is trying to remember everything you've got to do. No, you can't do anything because you're on... No, that's not correct. Okay, that's fine. wonder whether... What I'm going to do is you're going... Then the next thing that got attacked, if I remember rightly, is Venus. So I'm going to move this to Venus. See if that dissuades it getting attacked. Possibly not. Oh, because there's no derricks on it, that's why. So I need to switch it to the tool pod. Change that to derricks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then one of these. And then one of those. So there's an R frame here, which means, first of all, you can get that in, That's the ACC in. Then you can stick the R frame on. Guessing that was correct. Don't know. Get all the derricks. Two sections, that's what I needed, not 1, 2. Crew needs to be doing this. I'm a ranked pilot. Well, they're already Admiral, so I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Sure, I should have done pilot. Right, I'm gonna have to have a look at this manual now that I've put on Sphere, because I'm unsure what I'm doing wrong with this shuttle. Just as the resource centers are available on Earth, Sea and surface stations, they control any mining rigs or derricks and the surveying of fresh mineral seams. The rigs are responsible for the extraction of minerals. But it doesn't say how to actually administer them. Resource station. Host ship must be on the surface of an unoccupied planet or moon. Require 2 R frames to be deployed. Each frame is designed to fit inside a tool pod and may be activated from the carrying shuttle cockpit. That's what it says it should be doing. Unless this is not unoccupied. I'm sure all I did was just shift it over like that. Now a supply pod. Aluminium, carbon, hydrogen, methane, platinum and silica. See if I can remember all that. No, wrong way around. Orbital factory is host ship must be in orbit. Host ship must be on the surface, so when it's on here, that's the surface it must be. There's a colony here. The courier again. You know what? Take the courier, I don't care. Derek doesn't seem to be doing much. Since 8 weeks there. The moon's got something. Mercury's got something. I just don't get this bit. He's now captain. I don't get it. It's not giving me anything, and I'm pretty sure I put the Derek's down here. I don't know. I'll have to have a nosy at this if I can over the next few days if I get round to it, and just to see what I'm doing wrong. I just don't understand these two. So this tells me that there's no factory there, so I've put an R frame in to put the one there. It's not doing anything, and I can't access this for some reason. I mean, I can put the R frames on, or the derricks in. But then it kind of, I don't know, it just doesn't do anything. I don't know. Right, sorry. I will, like I said, I will come back to this at some point over the week and have a nosy and see what I've gone wrong. Won't take me long. Hopefully. And what? Don't know why it's done that twice. Right, okay. Thank you everyone for popping in. Thank you to both Cypher and Graham for the raids. And I was going to say something and my brain's just gone. So yeah, thank you for the raids and thank you for everyone for sticking by. I will be back with a bit of luck tomorrow with Exile Escape from the Pit using the 97 machine down below. In fact, can I actually put... That's the machine I'll be using tomorrow. And Exile Escape from this Pit is a 1995 indie RPG, and I'm pretty sure we're on the end stretch now. It's taken over a year to get to this point, because I think we started in not October last year, but the year before. So it's been a long road. We're finally getting there. Once I've done that, I'm going to take a break from RPGs and play Exhumed on the Sega Saturn. Then we'll be coming back to play and finish off Pool of Radiance, because that took me 6 months to get out of was it Phlegm, the city starting. I mean, that was enjoyable, but it was surprisingly long for the year that it came out. I've heard that the Nintendo version is still just as long, so I think it's supposed to be 60 hours complete, but I'm over that by now. But then again, when you're new to stuff like that, you expect to be over, so yeah. So yeah, that's Tuesday. Friday will be more of Myth the Fallen Lords. That's been another fun RTS I've been playing. That was done by Bungie, the guys that did Halo. And then on Sunday we'll be doing some Death Trap Dungeon, and progression through that's been happening. It's a little slow, but it's just because dungeons are a bit sort of... So for example, last week we were in, I think, the pit area, and there's a bit where you can kind of go up to the upper ends. I didn't realise you could jump across the gap to the other side, because I was trying to sort of jump over to this platform that's like a little ledge on this side, and it was so easy just to kind of miss and go into the in-between bit where there's a trap that you can't get out of. So once I realised about the jumping, and I had to look it up, jumping across, it made things a lot easier. So, but the Death Trap Dungeon for the PlayStation it's got its tough moments, but I think it's translated fairly well from the book to the game, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, there's that, and there's Amiga Monday again, which will be next Monday. So, I'll see you all then. Let's go and see who is available for raiding. Who have we got? Ooh. Is that girl Joey still on? Can I sneak a raid in, or is she going? She was playing Lure the Temptress on Amiga. She might be going. I think she's... Is she going? Is she going? She's not saying anything, so I don't know if she's having a look around to see who she can raid. Don't know whether it's worth... Surprising that Ember Shadow's still on. Thought she would have gone by now. Let's have a look. Nope, she's gone. Right, tell you what, let's go and raid that girl Joey. Let's sneak it in before she goes, if she is going. Let's start that raid. Right, okay, see you all tomorrow, and if not, you know the rest of my schedule, and until then, bye bye.